know, when we think of independent ladies today, I'm talking to you, of course, ladies, independent women who've had, of course, a chance to develop, you know, when we talk about independent ladies today, that's right, I'm talking to you ladies, you independent ladies out there, all you wonderful women. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because independence came really through a lot of people being able to get jobs that were for so many years ruled by men, particularly in the Second World War. When the men went off, of course, the women very admirably picked all up those jobs, sometimes did a better job than the men, and then, of course, rather cruelly, when they came back, they were shoved back out, expected to go into their box. But one man in the 1800s really did liberate a lot of women, and it got me thinking, because I had a friend who was one of these particular ladies, and I wanted to share it with you. Now, the thing I would mention about this is, the first thing is, if I mention the words SSS, skin so soft, that's right, skin so soft. Skin So Soft, let me tell you, was one of the biggest selling names in that particular brand. Yes, do you know what I'm talking about now? And were you one, as ever? Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. We're on the back of another bus now. It's been a very busy day today, so I hope you don't mind. We have to fit this in as and where we can. What's interesting about this story also, let me tell you, is that if you did work for this company, that's right, set up by John McConnell way back in the 1800s, where he developed the idea of literally going from door to door, first of all selling books and notebooks and furniture and stuff like that, but then very quickly managed to turn it around into selling perfume to ladies. Oh yes, and they snapped it up, and what became as a very sort of grainy idea, suddenly by the 1930s, when they changed the name to Avon, became a global empire. Now, the reason why I mentioned Skin So Soft is, even today, that is still there, very much best-selling brand, bath oil and cream, etc. But were you an Avon lady? Because I had a friend who was an Avon lady, and of course, if you remember, you had to buy all your own product. You remember that? The testers and stuff like that. And then you took them out. Can you imagine how nerve-wracking this would be now? You took them around to your various houses, sat down, sold it on a one-to-one, and they would either pay cash or weekly installments. But it gave you the opportunity, of course, to have the luxuries. Now, I don't know if you know this, but in today's society, some of the things, and let's not forget, of course, Avon also sold wonderful aftershaves for men too. So I remember having some myself, and I thought they were absolutely terrific. But now if you look on the websites and you have things like the perfume bottles or the jewellery and stuff like that, they are worth a small fortune in collector's items. I remember an aftershave literally being put in a sort of pipe thing with a gentleman's face on the front. That's worth a lot of money. Who remembers the candle, the glass, cool green bottle candle with a flickering flame on top with the perfume? Lot of money there. The reason why I mention it is, of course, in today's society, that particular branding is still going very strong. And I wanted to know, would you still, or do you still, buy from this particular brand? Would you ever become an Avon lady in this particular climate, or do you think it's not safe as it was? Or were you an Avon lady, and did you enjoy it? As I often say here on the show, it's not taxing, it's a bit of fun. And also, when you think about it, this was a wonderful way of ladies to become independent. They were, could make their own salary away from their husbands, and this, a lot of the time, was the very first time they were able to do this. So it was independence, and it was all down to a man just simply getting an idea in the 1800s, and look what he created. But as I say, check them out as collectibles online. But if you remember, of course, ding dong, here's the Avon lady calling. Were you one? I'd truly love to know. And did you enjoy it? Neil Sean on the back of a London red bus in the very heart of London.